Loyalty is hard to find. Trust is easy to lose. And actions speak louder than words. And the reality is that there's a lot of you out there who probably feel like there are no loyal men, that doesn't exist. It's a figment of my imagination. But no, that's not true. They do exist. They are out there, and you can have an amazing relationship with one of them. All right? Yes, that can happen for you. But you have to be aware of the signs to be looking out for that show you this is the kind of man that has that level of character, commitment, and loyalty to you. So let's get right to it. Number one is he's willing to set boundaries with other women. Now, notice I did not specify other female friends or acquaintances, because we're talking about all women, including mothers. Now, let's put a pin in the mothers for a second. I'm going to get to that. Let's start with female friends, all right? Women, friends of the opposite sex. So a man who is loyal to you has no problem creating boundaries because, again, he is protective of you and the relationship. He does not allow any woman to disrespect the relationship. He does not allow another woman to come in between or cause problems in the relationship. His loyalty to you wants to create an environment that allows you to feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. And a man, well, most men understand, or let me say a lot of men, let me not even say most, a lot of men understand the need to, or how tricky it can be when we're not careful with our opposite sex relationships, all right? And so if he doesn't know on his own, he will be willing or open to make corrections when you raise legitimate concerns. Now, notice I said legitimate concerns. It's not to devalue how you may feel about certain situations. And it's hard to pick one because people feel differently about different things. So, for example, some of you may be completely against him having a female best friend. That's like, hell no, ain't happening, ain't going for it. Others of you may not think it's a big deal. It may just depend more so on the interaction between them two. That's for you to decide. But when I say he will respect your legitimate concerns, what I mean is he is going to be, to an extent, willing to make adjustments to make you comfortable. But if you're flat out accusing him of doing things when he's doing nothing wrong, or when you simply have a completely different perception of how opposite sex relationships outside of your committed relationship should be handled, there may be some hesitancy there. Now listen, hesitancy on his side or unwillingness to make correction on his side doesn't automatically mean you should suck it up, forget about it, you're wrong, you're being ridiculous. I simply raised the point of legitimate concerns just to show how quickly a man might be willing to accommodate you. However, how you feel is how you feel. And you've got to be willing to go deeper. Now, I didn't want to go too deep into a tangent with this, but it's hitting my spirit, so I got to say it, right? So here's the thing. If you have an issue with a female friend of his, and he says to you, listen, there's nothing going on. We've been friends since we were kids. It's nothing, right? But it's still bothering you. The reason why it's important for you to keep, not keep pressing the issue, but not to simply ignore the issue is because if you try to ignore it when it genuinely bothers you, it's going to wreak havoc in other ways in the relationship. You'll start to have attitudes with him. You'll start to be dismissive possibly. It will create friction in other situations that you're dealing with him, and it's all about that one issue not being resolved. But also, you've got to learn how to be very honest and forthcoming about the why this makes you uncomfortable. Because I see a lot of situations that I have coached where a woman may address this issue from the surface of, well, I just don't think it's appropriate or healthy for a man or a woman to have an opposite sex best friend, or for a best friend to be spending time with you in that manner, whatever the case is, right? But in reality, what's really bothering you is how he seems to act when he's around that friend. How he seems to maybe have some feelings that he's not being forthcoming about. How maybe you're sensing something in her that's saying this woman wants your man and is trying to knock you out of the box here. Like, we got to get to the root of what's really going on. And a lot of times, you're questioning this man's loyalty without giving him clarity, all right? Without helping him understand the why there is a problem here. And we can't be afraid to say it. And I think what's important about when you feel like it's something within him, because I have noticed, again, I've been coaching for a long time, I have noticed in the majority of these situations where people are uncomfortable with their partner and this opposite sex best friend, and this specific situation, we're talking about men with a woman best friend, is because of what you sense within him. Something in him is making you uncomfortable. It's like, why is this man so damn friendly to her? Or why is this man so willing to jump to rescue this woman whenever she calls on him? Why is he so readily available to her? Why does he seem to be more emotionally invested in her than me? But the fear of bringing that to the forefront and possibly finding out that that's exactly what the hell's going on causes you to withdraw, causes you to stay with the, well, you just shouldn't have a female best friend. And then you wonder why the situation's not going anywhere. So we're going to get more into this loyalty thing, and I'm going to lay out all these other points, but I really, again, felt in my spirit the need to lay this out because I know some of you watching this are going through this right now. Some of you have already gone through this, and some of you will go through this. And it's important that you understand you've got to address it fully. But remember, I said he will set boundaries with other women. So let's move on from female friends, all right? And we're going to skip female acquaintances. We're just going to simply say, listen, when it comes to random women, when he's loyal to you, he's willing to make sure they understand there's lines they can't cross, all right? But again, it's important for you as a woman to make sure you've made clear what you have determined those lines should be, what you consider appropriate and inappropriate behavior. Because if you leave it up to him, he may think that he's drawing boundaries. But again, his line might be a little closer in than yours is. And he doesn't understand where you would draw it. So you have to have that discussion. And then you're able to see, okay, is he willing to respect how I feel? But let's talk about the mothers, all right? Because here's the thing. I can tell you the rest of the stuff on this list, right? And he can match all those things. But if this man does not know how to draw boundaries with his mother, you're going to still have a huge problem. And again, this is another one of those things where many of you watching this have already lived it, where at the drop of a dime, this man's loyalty will turn to betrayal, or maybe not that intense. Maybe we don't go all the way to betrayal, but he will disregard your feelings or your perception, your opinion, your input because of what his mother said, because of what his mother wants him to do, because he puts his mother first. Now, some of you may say, well, mothers should come first. I don't agree, at least not when we're talking about marriage. But this video is not going to be about that specifically. So let's just stay with the fact that he has to be willing to set boundaries there as well. It doesn't mean he doesn't love his mother, can't respect his mother, can't honor his mother. But if he's going to be in a relationship with you, and there is a desire for this relationship to go towards marriage, all right? Hell, even if it's going to be a long-term relationship, if you don't believe in marriage, which I'm not saying I support it, but that's what you want to do, live your life. Regardless, you need to have a structure in place that says you as the woman in his life should be respected and essentially put number one, all right? And again, I repeat, that doesn't mean neglect the mother. It just means, he can't be dismissing you for his mother. He can't be turning his back on you for his mother all the time. That's just not going to be a healthy relationship. It may make sense to people because, that's his mom. No, that will set the stage for too many problems. So anyways, I dragged on this specific point a little longer than I expected, but bottom line, he is prepared and willing to create boundaries with other women when he is loyal to you. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. If he does these things, chances are he is really into you, he values you, he respects you, he loves you, and you should embrace that and be willing to pour back into the man. But let's get right to it. So now again, let's get to number